Yo, what's up everybody? It's George. Listen up because this is important. We're about to drop some serious travel knowledge that could save you a ton of headache and, more importantly, a ton of money. We're talking about passports, people. I know, passports boring, right? Wrong. This little book is your ticket to the world, your golden ticket to adventure. But there's a catch. A little detail that most people completely miss, and it ends up costing them big time. We're talking missed flights, insane fees, scrambling for last-minute solutions, the whole 9 yards. All because of a tiny passport oversight that 99% of travelers don't even realize they're making. But don't worry, that's why we're here. In this video, I'm going to break down the passport hack that could save you hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. We're going to make sure you're in the know so you can keep your trips stress-free and your wallet happy. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Alright, let's talk about the first way you could be throwing money away, renewing your passport too late. You might think, my passport's good for another year, I'm good to go. Not so fast, my friend. See, there's this thing called the 6-month rule. Basically, a lot of countries require your passport to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your travel dates. That means if your passport expires in 9 months, and you're traveling 6 months from now, you could be denied boarding. Denied. Think about it. You're at the airport, pumped for your trip, bags packed, tickets in hand. You get to the gate, hand over your passport, and BAM! The agent hits you with the bad news. Your passport doesn't have enough time left on it. You're stuck. Trip over before it even began. And the worst part? The airline doesn't care. They're not going to refund your ticket. You're going to be scrambling to reschedule, maybe even buy a whole new flight, all because you didn't check your passport's expiration date. Trust me, this happens more often than you think. Be warned, it's gonna cost you. Okay, so you get to the airport, you're hyped for your trip, you've got your bags, you're feeling good, you go to check in, and BAM! The airline agent hits you with the bad news. Your passport isn't valid for long enough. You're stuck. This isn't some theoretical nightmare, people. This happens every single day. And it's not the airline trying to mess with you. It's about the countries you're visiting and their rules. They don't want you stuck there with an expired passport. So there you are, watching your perfectly planned trip go down the drain. And it gets worse. Now you're scrambling, trying to figure out how to salvage this mess. And trust me, it ain't pretty. Airline phone lines, jammed, alternative flights. Crazy expensive if you can even find one. Your dream vacation just turned into a logistical nightmare, all because you didn't check your passport's expiration date. Rookie mistake, my friend, rookie mistake. Alright, so I just dropped some serious travel nightmare fuel on you, but don't freak out just yet. The good news is all of this is totally preventable, like ridiculously easy to avoid. The key? 2 words, set. A. Reminder. That's it. Your phone has a calendar, use it. Set an alert for 9 months before your passport expires. Not 6 months, 9. Why 9 months? Because it gives you a buffer. Life gets crazy, things come up, but with a 9-month heads up, you're way less likely to get caught in a time crunch. Think of it like this. Setting a reminder takes 2 minutes. Renewing your passport? Maybe an hour, tops. Dealing with the fallout of an expired passport? Days, weeks, even months of stress and financial pain. The choice is clear, people. Alright, we're talking passport renewals, people. This isn't like grabbing a gallon of milk. You can't just run out last minute. Trust me, I've cut it close more times than I'd like to admit. And let me tell you, the stress is real. We're talking potential missed flights, frantic phone calls, and enough paperwork to make your head spin. Nobody needs that kind of drama in their life, especially when it comes to something as important as your passport. So here's the deal. Standard passport renewal, 8 to 11 weeks. That's like 2 months minimum. And that's if everything goes smoothly. No hiccups, no delays, no government shutdowns. Yeah, those happen too. Okay, so maybe you're watching this video a little too close to your departure date. Maybe you forgot to renew, life got in the way, or maybe you just found out about that whole 6-month validity rule. Don't panic, there's still hope. We're talking passport expediting services. These guys are like the superheroes of the travel document world. They swoop in when you're in a bind, working their magic to get your passport renewed in record time. We're talking 24 to 48 hours in some cases. Yeah, you heard that right, 2 days. It's like a magic trick, but instead of pulling a rabbit out of a hat, they're pulling your passport out of thin air. Now, before you get too excited, let's talk about the catch. Because of course there's a catch. These services don't come cheap. We're talking a couple $100, maybe even more, depending on how quickly you need that passport. But hey, desperate times call for desperate measures, right? And when you factor in the cost of a missed flight, rebooking fees, potentially losing out on your entire trip, suddenly, that expediting fee doesn't seem so bad. It's like insurance. But instead of protecting your car or your house, you're protecting your trip, your sanity, your entire vacation vibe. So, if you're in a pinch and you need that passport ASAP, an expediting service might be your saving grace. Just make sure you do your research, read reviews, compare prices. You know the drill. There are a bunch of reputable companies out there, but you always want to make sure you're dealing with the real deal. Once you've found a service you trust, they'll walk you through the process, which is usually pretty straightforward. You'll need to gather your documents, fill out some forms, and pay the fee. Then, boom, you're good to go. Your passport is whisked away on a magical journey, expedited by professionals who know the ins and outs of the system. So there you have it, a simple passport hack that could save you hundreds of dollars and a whole lot of stress. Now, do me a favor, check your passport right now and set that reminder. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more travel hacks, and drop a comment below if you've ever had a passport disaster. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.